All right, we are live, and I hate when it does it because I always get this thing from LinkedIn. Give me a second here.
Always. Always LinkedIn.
Yeah, always LinkedIn. I mean, I really should. They should allow me on LinkedIn. Um, how did you do it? Because you were one of the first to get on LinkedIn Live. How did you do
Yeah.
that?
I saw Josh Pitts was on there and I was like, why am I not on there? I applied immediately.
You apply and they just let you on like that?
Yeah, it took 2.5 weeks and then I was in.
I I've applied twice and they've yet to let me in, and I'm so mad about it.
I sent him a note saying, don't let you in.
I have a buddy who works there, and I went to him. I was like, bro, what do we? He did, and he just ignored me. He was just like, yeah, I can't do anything for you. Um, so I think most people that I know also know you, Alec, but I thought it would be really cool to just reintroduce you because for those of you that are in my circle that don't happen to know Alec, Alec is an author of, and I'm sitting on a stack of books right here, which is really cool. Is the author of this book, Bypassed, and he is a senior vice president at loanDepot and a divisional manager, and he's a speaker, and he's really just the best way I could put it is you have been in charge of a movement within the mortgage industry on taking the loan officer digital, and you've just been a practitioner of this from the get-go, and really impressive, and you're also my boss. So Alec, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah, so
today.
you got to be careful what you say or else, ramifications.
Yeah, so some you won't approve PEs.
Yeah, no, I got
Just
you.
gets ugly.
Real bad.
So no, but thanks for joining. So Alec, I want to start off with I want to jump right into it because you one I only have you for an hour, and you did something several years back that no one was doing, and I remember I didn't know you at the time, and someone was watching it, and we were kind of clowning on you. We were total haters on this, but you did drive time with Alec, and
Yes.
we're like, what is he doing? What is this guy doing? Like
Yeah.
who does this? And then before you knew it, there I am in my car with my phone
Yeah.
trying to do drive time with Alec,
Yeah.
and what was the what stimulated your brain enough to just go that route and start doing videos?
I got to look this up while we're talking because I'm pretty sure that I was one of the first ever to do this. And now, like driving in your car with your camera on is like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to find the first episode real quick and try to remind myself when I actually did this. 2012.
2012. You were doing
2012,
drive time with
first
Alec.
video, drive time with Alec.
So
Um,
ahead of your time.
well, it was funny. So I don't know what made me be. I mean, I know I'm a little crazy anyway. So I know that I'm a little bit like out
Mm-hmm.
there mentally. So I just know 9 years ago. It's 9 years ago, bro. Um, I'm going back in time, dude. I'm looking at this. Is crazy. So 10 years ago, I started in 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I did this. And I don't know, initially I recorded them as audio files.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after like 7 or 8 in, I was like, no, there's a video camera on this phone. Like I'm just going to stick it on the dash and I'm going to record myself, stream of consciousness. And I'm just going to send out, whatever I want to talk about that day, whether it's like stories, solutions, things I'm facing, problems, life lessons, and like 10 years ago, I probably have a little more life lessons now under my belt. But I don't know what made me do it. All I know is that over the course of almost 300 episodes that I would post to Facebook, I'd post to YouTube, I got really comfortable talking to the camera. I got really comfortable public speaking because honestly, doing it on video and posting it is almost similar to public speaking.
Yes.
And I literally like hacked my way into a level of competency in this world through this stupid like self-expression, randomness. And I won't. I'm never doing it again. Like I'm not bringing it back. Every now and then I get a random YouTuber be like, "I miss drive time with Alec." And I'm like, "Bro, you are like one of the one. Like you're the only one. there's no one else that misses drive time."
No, but
But
it
yeah,
was really good. I mean,
it was
you talked
practice.
about good stuff. Did you do it every single day? Like you just were. This was your. I mean, and did you have followers, or were you reposting on Facebook? What was your plan at the time?
No plan. So
Yeah.
I didn't have like a strategy. I wasn't like, this
Yeah.
is a branding episode, or I want this to become like famous, or I was just like not doing it for me. And I'm looking back at the views, I had some that were 50 views, 100 something views. That's
That's a
kind of
lot
where
of
they
views. Yeah.
sat. And yeah, I did them every day for like 2 years,
Yes.
like a long time. And then it started to become like once every couple days, and
Yes.
it just became something that didn't matter to me anymore. For a while, it was like really fun. I was experimenting with new stuff,
Yep.
and then eventually it became like, this is not, like, I'm not stoked anymore to get up and do a drive time, so I stopped.
Well, for 2 years, I mean, because it's tough, right? I mean, it takes a lot to jump on. Well, for me at least, it takes a lot to jump on video, and then when you're done, you're kind of like you're a little spent off of it when you try to bring it, and so to do that every day for 2 years, that's a big commitment because there was probably a lot of days you just didn't want to do it. Period.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not having a good morning. Like
Well, sometimes I'd film it on the way to work, and then I'd be like, I'm not posting that garbage. And then I'd like do one coming home from work.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, different scenery. It's dark in the back. Still drive time with Alec. So,
Eh,
I'm in the midst right now. I'm working with a lot of LOs right now on their business plan for 2021. And every LO has some form of social media on their business plan. And I'm taking them like I pull back like why do you want to do social media and really drive to trying to understand why they want to do it. And it all comes kind of back to they want to brand themselves and they want people in the local markets to know who they are.
yep.
And I was like, I have to get Alec on because I think you're the best person to explain why branding is so critical for a local loan officer and why social media is critical. And you're leading the charge on this. So for those LOs that are out there, talk to us. Why brand?
So, oh, there's Neil too, and Ray. Hi,
Yeah.
Ray. I have
Hi.
a very clear analogy in my brain that connected on this, that
Mm-hmm.
that I can understand because I'm a simple guy. And like when I was told to get loans in the glory days in 2003 and four, right? I was told to go meet realtors face to face, broker previews, open
Mm-hmm.
houses, networking events, and build relationships with agents because they control the flow and they control influence. And it's
Mm-hmm.
true. They control all the information, they control influence. And so, when I would coach loan officers, they'd be like, I'm not going to go after realtors. And I'd be like, you're an idiot. You'll never be successful. And they're like, well, what are you talking about? And I go, well, that's where all the business is. Like, yes, you can be like, oh, I hate realtors. I'm going after CPAs. I'm like, good luck. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't need you. They don't need you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, oh no, I'm going to go after divorce attorneys. I'm like, cool. Like, why would you not go after where all of the opportunity is? Like, now, fast forward, it's so self-evident to me that branding, digital reputation, digital influence, digital community building, all of that is the equivalent of going to broker previews, going to open houses, and meeting agents. It's
Mm-hmm.
marketing and prospecting 2.0. And so when someone has a marketing plan to like, I'm going to go and see this many agents per week, per month, I'm going to send this many follow-ups, do this many cold calls, try to set this many appointments, right? Like this is very traditional retail mortgage banking 101. Like that's how
Yes.
you got business. If you look at loan officers' business plans, it carves down to that, like activities after agents. Now you realize, hold on a second. The National Association of Realtors in 2016 put out a study that said that in 2006, over 50% of people found their home of their dreams through their realtor.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fast forwarded that information and they said in 2016, so 4 years ago, they said, hey, 50% have found it through the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And realtors now only make up 30% of the people that are finding the home for people. Not being involved in the transaction, not having influence. Of course, the realtors are needed for that stuff and negotiations, but finding the home.
Yes.
Because the consumer now is empowered to do it themselves. And so if the consumer is taking more control of who they work with, why they work with them through this magical device in our pockets,
Mm-hmm.
and loan officers aren't going to show up there. They're just going to play in somewhere else down the stream of the process. You're screwed. Like
Yes.
you will not win to the level that you're capable of winning if you're waiting around for somebody else to save yourself.
Yes.
And so that's the jux of branding and the purpose and the power and the reason people need to wake up and realize that all of humanity is going deeper into this space. And people get mad because they don't like that. And they're like, oh, screen time's bad. And I'm like, that's fine for you to have that viewpoint on it. I tend to agree. I have little kids, you take their screens away and they freak out. So like I understand. Freak out. And yet every day I'm looking at the world with eyes open and I'm like, it's going deeper, dude. Like we're going into the matrix, bro. Like it's the people's screen time's increasing. Like this is, and I mean, COVID, thank God, exposed all of it, or else we would have had local pros, mortgage guys just sitting around getting crushed and not realizing the world's changed underneath them. COVID just basically pulled the rug out. And it's one of the best gifts it could give to mortgage professionals is the wake up call. You have to go digital now. You have no choice.
You have to go digital. You had to. You had to figure out Zoom. You had to figure out how to get on camera.
Yep.
And if you weren't, you were really going to get left behind, right?
Well, by the way, think about it now. It was cute if you couldn't figure out your camera and Zoom and I'm muted and like that was cute in like the beginning of COVID. Guess what's not freaking cute anymore, man? Like it's not fun anymore. It's like, nah, I can't hear you. I can't see you. Why don't you just disconnect? Like it's not going to move on.
Get your act together at this point.
Well,
like,
I can't imagine like a customer quoting a loan officer quoting a customer.
Yes.
With a garbage camera angle, terrible lighting, terrible sound. Like you're not going to get the deal.
Yes.
Like what do you think the customer's doing the whole time? They're like, I can't hear. Hello, I can't hear you. What? Like I can't. Oh, okay. I can see all your nose hair. Like you're not going to win the deal.
Well, let's talk about that. This is so good because it's not the route I was thinking we would go, but I think it's so important that we can take this opportunity to teach someone, those out there, how important it is and how easy it is to adjust your camera angle, have some lighting, and just be professional online and think about your background. Think about, have a little bit of thought process about this because you're dealing with if you can get a customer on Zoom with you and have a discussion about, their home loan scenario and you look better than everyone else because you've just taken a moment to position everything, that makes a big deal. But what is your advice on this?
This is the modern day business suit. And I know that that's from a man's perspective. So that's all I got. But like this, how you show up right now is the modern day business suit. And you can tell when someone comes in with a custom suit that is tasteful and looks damn good. And you can tell they came prepared to play. And you can tell someone who's just wearing a normal suit. It's okay. Like they put it on and it's not this boss suit, but it's nice. And they put it on. And then you can tell the person who's in their sweatpants that didn't even give a damn. And they're just flopping in. And then you can tell the guy that went too far. Like he's got the bling and it's too much. Like it's too much suit. I'm like, bro, don't wear that suit. Like that's way too much. But that's the thing with your video production, your camera setup, all this stuff. Like there's an angle there of like a really nice custom suit that fits you and isn't so flashy and crazy. That person's going to win over somebody else who's can't turn their camera on or can't get their audio to work or has the camera up on their nose and is talking with the mic over there. Like they're not going to win. I don't know how else to say it.
You're not going to win, right? But not only that, I mean, it's a professionalism thing as well. Like, it's not just consumer facing, but there's also a thing called. I think I might have heard this term from you or from Larry, but the political capital within your company. And
we can't even talk about the internal stuff yet, but there are professionals in big companies that are losing their professional reputation every day because it's basically them showing up in sweatpants. And so that over and over again is showing everybody else there that they don't give a crap about this new thing.
Yes.
And it's a respect thing. It's like, can you imagine if you hosted a meeting with all your loan reps in person pre-COVID and someone showed up late, someone showed up in sweats or shorts, and it was like a very important like business planning meeting per se, and they didn't pay attention the whole time, which is the equivalent of having your camera off or staring at your phone or doing emails. Like you would slap that person in the face. You'd be like, what are you doing? Not emotionally, not like physically, but like you. And then if they did that over and over again, you'd be like, hey, you're not respecting the space.
Yes.
You're not respecting everybody else who's carving time to come to this space. And so, I mean, it's going to happen to salespeople from customer centric. It's going to happen internal to companies with people's leadership. It's going to happen with their management. It's just happening.
I mean, there's a big difference, right? If I do this, you know, you can tell a big difference of how this looks versus if you go there. And if I shut the light, I mean, if I shut the lights off, if I do, all that stuff, it makes a huge, huge difference. And it's just it's such small things, and it's so cheap to do. Like
Yeah, and
you
it's
did a
fine
whole
in the
setup.
beginning if your dad hasn't taught you how to tie a tie yet and you don't know what you're doing. That's fine. Like sometimes someone has to teach you how to tie a tie. And in this virtual world, right? Someone has to come
Hmm.
alongside you and you have to raise your hand and be like, you know what? I don't get all this. Can I spend time with you? Can I learn? I mean, yes, you can Google it and YouTube it, and of course, all of human knowledge is there. So whatever. But it's also okay to be like, can you set up my site? Can you help me? And,
Yes.
and that's the equivalent of like, Dad, can you tie my tie? Because I don't know how I'm doing this yet. And that's okay. Like there's grace for that, but it's not unending grace.
Yep.
At some point, the world goes, I'm not working with you anymore because you're not showing up the way I expect a professional show up. So I don't
I
know.
love it.
It's a warning, but it's also like the opportunity. You get to, by the way, the whole gear setup, like this whole setup is a lot cheaper than a nice suit.
It really is.
I'm telling
And
you,
by
dude.
the way, like I don't know, you and I think you started this way before I did, but you ditched the suits. I know you had some nice ones. You were like, I remember you had the vest. Like
Yeah,
I never went
I
the
was a big
vest
vest
route.
guy. I still like vests. I still like nice events. Like I like the vest.
Yeah, but I just like I don't know that I'll ever get in it anymore. Like
Yeah, I just think it's going to
I
be
kind of miss
appropriate
getting
in the
dressed up.
environment when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Am I going to be wearing a suit while I'm sitting in my garage? No, I'm not going to.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna drive me to put it back on. And because it's funny, even when I would go to corporate in where you're at in California, I would dress down because everyone's kind of casual out there. And so the whole vibe is just in our industry is kind of changed. And like you said, I mean, this is if we continue to do this for a long time, I can see how we'll continue to be in t-shirts and it's actually appropriate to do it.
Yep, we will
So
see.
um so Alec, I got a question, for you. Like I love this book, by the way. You did such an amazing job, and you were very stealth in the way that this happened. Um I don't know how I found out about it, but I think I came across it on like a pre-order and then on Amazon, and then like right around the same time you were about to announce on it.
Yeah.
But it's a phenomenal book. And so for anyone who's on right now, and we have quite a few people, anybody who just comments and is interested, we will send you a free copy of this book, Bypass. So Alec, tell us what was the catalyst of writing this, and what you're trying to accomplish in authoring this book.
It started in 2018 for me because 2018, what everyone forgets because we have no memory at all in mortgage banking. 2018 was the beginning of what I was terming the great consolidation. It was what we all thought was coming and what we all now think is going to come when COVID, we never didn't know COVID was coming, but this was when like major retail organizations were being shedded and sold and discharged. So
Yep.
Provident Funding dumped their mortgage arm without telling anybody, just disappeared it. Like didn't even try to sell it, just dumped it. You've got Home Street dumping their retail mortgage arm to Homebridge, right? You had Lennar dumping Eagle. That movement picked up. Like this was radically happening because margin compression was crushing the industry, and it was absolutely like self-evident, right? I was looking around like, oh, it's happening. Like it's going to happen right now. Like these companies that are doing well from an optical perspective and like these billion-dollar funding, these CEOs, I fund $1 billion and like thinking they're a big deal. This was going to end.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was happening. And at the same time, I have this other like epiphany that everyone understands. I don't think I'm any smart for seeing this. Like I think it's like a known thing. But like humans were going to the internet first instead of going to referral partners and friends and family. We had become what I would call an internet first society. When we want something, information, a good, a service, a product, we go on the internet. And then we might ask for referrals from friends and family for sure. Like that didn't die. But like it was so obvious for me. Like my wife's a Yelper. She never comments. She never leaves Yelp reviews, but she just goes to Yelp all the time to find out restaurants. And I'm like, you look
Yes.
at all these little anecdotes, and you're like, wow, holy crap, you're right. We do go to our phones first for everything. So we have an internet first society, a
Mm-hmm.
margin compression world crashing around us. And I look around, and my people, local mortgage pros who get business from their community, I'm like, and they're screwed. And Quicken is just taking market share because
Yes.
the top of the sales cycle used to be our realtor professionals. That was the top of the sales cycle. It's not anymore. The top of the sales cycle is now the internet. And it's so self-evident because you have realtors that are now buying all of their business is generated from lead aggregation companies like Zillow. They don't know how to get their own business anymore. And that's not everyone, but I think that's a fair criticism of the industry. So we've now passed off to these mega companies, please get my leads for me. And as soon as you let that go and you don't control that, you don't control your destiny anymore. And I just saw local pros getting killed, like left and right. Because at that point in the sales cycle, if the customer's bumping into all these internet first companies like loanDepot and Quicken and other ones bumping around and getting swept up in lead ads, they're getting quotes, they're getting attacked. Then they hit the realtor, and the realtor's like, "Oh, I already have a loan done with Quicken or wherever." And then it's like, "Okay, well, I don't like Quicken," and then they get bumped down to my loan officer or to me or to local pro. The only thing that local pro gets at that stage is the question of what's your rate, because I have my deals done over here and I have 3 questions. What's your rate?
Yep.
And a local pro who says, I am service oriented and my consultative value is really the value, they're in a really defensive position. They didn't get to show how good they are as a consultant. They didn't get to all they are is a rate now. Well, that defensive position is not going to help you win from a local loan professional position. You're not going to win. So you got to figure out how to go from down here to up here.
That's it.
And if you can play up here, now you can play in the branding exercises. Now you can showcase how good you are. Now you can build narrative and brand and stories. Now you can build reputation and connection.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you become somebody who someone can trust because you showed up enough times up here where now they go like, okay, Chris, dude, I know you. I see you all the time. Like, I see how passionate you are about helping first-time home buyers. I'm using you as an LO as an example, but you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how you win in the long run. Because then, too, the best part about Bypass is you connect that stuff, the digital stuff, with the local stuff, which COVID really screwed up. But local stuff's crazy because an internet-based company can't play local. They can't meet you at the soccer field, at the church, at the charity, at the gym. They can't be in your local community because they're not by nature. They're not local.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you start playing digitally, going toe to toe with these companies in the free land of social media that costs $0. And you start killing it on the local scale by showcasing businesses and soccer events and being part of the PTA and doing your charity and toy drives. And all of a sudden, you put those two together and you just dominate a market.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll think about it. One of the things that I was thinking about, and it's something that I noticed because where I see most of the rate shoppers coming from, or a lot of the rate shoppers coming from, are from those that are not online. Meaning, when I work with 40 LOs, right? So I kind of can see where we're getting the most impact from rate shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming from non-internet people or non-marketers. And the reason for that is I think they're an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, the customer went to their bank or went somewhere, got a rate, and now they go to their loan officer that they remembered as an afterthought to say, let me just double check with this person.
Yep.
And now you're in a rate competitive situation. And if you're in mortgage, you guys all know that this is a rate competitive situation.
Yeah.
Whereas if I wake you up and I'm constantly on your mind because I'm top of mind, I'm top of the funnel, then you start with me and you end with me. And there's a big value proposition because you trust me in that process.
That's the whole bucket. We know from all this evidence around us that people still go to Nordstrom's, even though it's more expensive than Walmart.
Yeah.
We know this. We probably do it. We'll pay more for convenience. We'll pay more for trust. We'll pay more for reliability.
Yes.
And so when you have the chance to prove all that digitally and build relationship and build that trust, see, people confuse branding with a slogan or a color scheme or some kind of cool logo or a really cool handle on Instagram.
Yep.
And I laugh hysterically because that's not what a brand is. A brand, the definition of brand is the emotional response that somebody exudes when they bump into your brand.
Yes.
Whether that's a video of you, an article you wrote, a picture you posted, a comment you made, when they experience that, you, and they have this emotional response, that's your brand.
Yep.
And to build that takes time and consistency and effort. But once you realize that that's the game and that's the trust you can build, you start realizing that you're behind. Start filming, start getting on camera like immediately.
Well, video 1 is always different from video 10
Of course.
and video 20. And what also happens when you start to do the videos, your brain thinks differently about videos and creativity because you're also feeding on the comments you're getting. So I'm working with a guy now on his videos, and he said, he posted a video and he immediately got all kinds of amazing reaction, and then the next day posted a repurposed article and got nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so now are you ever going to post another article from someone else? No. But are you going to do more videos? Yes. Right. And you notice that. And by the way, I even noticed, like, if I keep posting with the same background, eventually people stop watching.
White noise.
Because it feels like the same thing, but you pick up on those things, right? Like, I remember I did this whole room in my office with like a cool background like yours because I was like, I got to have this to do more videos. And of course I didn't do any more videos, but you can only do so many videos on one background. So then you start thinking about a green screen, and you just your creativity just keeps rising as you do more.
Well, here's something that everyone has to understand. Here's a parallel that everyone should get. When you first walked into that top producer real estate's open house, when you first walked in the first time, like you pulled all the numbers, you knew this person was a badass, and you walked in there, did they say, thank God you are here? I've been waiting for you to walk in. I have 10 customers I need pre-qualified. Sit down. We're doing this right now.
Yes.
They probably put the newspaper up a little higher and ignored your ass.
No eye contact.
No eye contact, like until they realized, like, so I have a funny story. So like one time I went in to a top performer's house and introduced myself, but I didn't want to introduce that I was a lender because I was getting all these bad vibes. And so they thought I was a buyer. So they toured me throughout the whole house for like 20 minutes.
And then you're too late to change
never
your
see
mind.
them again. Like I can never bring it again.
Sorry. Did you ever bring it up? Did you tell him that you were?
No, no, I just ran away afterwards and just like never talked to him again. Just ran away.
Yes.
But here's the thing, dude. You have to understand the same parallel is true. Your first video, sure, you get some love from people, but when you realize that your 7th and 10th and 12th video are getting like nothing, or they're getting a mixed bag of like some get some stuff, some get others, you have to go take a step back and go, dude, it took me 6 months of grinding these top producing agents to even earn a chance that they would know my name.
Yes.
Let alone give me business. So if it took me 6 months of seeing them every week and mailing them every month and just being like the guy, then have some freaking perspective of what the game really is.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to go viral. No one cares. But if you keep showing up, you're going to start hearing things like, I see you all the time. Dude, it's so cool. Keep killing it. This is so fun. And what's happening is you're building connection with people slowly over time. They're not like, this is my greatest analogy. Like, just because you and I are live right now, the world didn't stop. Half the people that probably jumped in and saw something, dropped a comment, probably bounced because they're living their life. They're busy. There's lots going on. Like, we're not that important in that scheme of things. But for that little period of time that they hung out with us, and for a little period of time in the future when somebody engages this later because they have time, we're going to be with them. And that is what wins in the long run. Just compound that over a year, compound that over 5 years, and you realize, oh my God, this is the game.
It is. I mean, there's so many LOs who are trying so hard to jump in, and they do one video and immediately stop.
It's the same LO that walked into the top producer's office for one meeting and then never went in there again.
So there's a consistency portion around it. There is, I was talking to a buddy of mine out of LA who bought a house, and I asked him, well, what made you buy the house with that realtor? He's like, it's funny because he was living in Vancouver. He said, I just kept seeing his stuff being posted.
Yes.
And I was like, I kind of like this guy because he has the same, like, he would talk about the way the houses were decorated, or he would talk about, and he was like, he just got to know him a little bit better through the videos and finally reached out to him and said, hey, can you help me buy a home? Right. And I thought that, I was like, that's exactly why you do it. And so for me, I've been asked this question a lot lately, like, what's the end game with the podcast or with what you're doing? And I was like, just you asking me that question, because now I know I got your attention. And if I can help somebody get to know me a little bit better through what I'm doing here, and they get a sense of me that they're not getting from their manager, then maybe, just maybe, they'll come and work over here because there's a little bit more trust.
Dude,
So
anyone that
that's the
asks
whole
what's
reason that
the
we
end
do that.
game, anyone that asks what's the end game doesn't understand, and that's okay because I didn't understand. I wasn't doing it before either. The end game is opportunity. Opportunity. So if you sell brake pads, the end game is opportunity for you to sell more brake pads. If you
Yes.
are building a mega office like you're doing and changing an area and inspiring loan officers, then the end game is more opportunity to do that with more people.
Hmm.
If you sell home loans, your opportunity is more home loans. So when you realize that this is marketing, this is advertising, this is prospecting, this is the game that when you connect those dots, people go, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yes.
Like the game is not to go viral and be a web celebrity and be famous. That's not the freaking game. Like, no, it's not the game.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
not going to happen, and that's not the game. And if it is the game for you, then go do that, but don't pretend like you sell mortgages, right? Like then go try to sell whatever you sell.
Yeah.
Game is literally opportunity. That's the end of the game. And how much opportunity do I want? How much opportunity should you want? As much as you want. Like how big do you want to go?
Yes.
Do you want
So
to
I
play
mean,
small? Then play small. You want to play huge? Then play every day.
so you and I do this a lot. Even when we're talking about a candidate, or I'll call you about somebody, and I already hear you typing. And I know what you're doing. You're looking them up. And so part of that is, let's say you're an LO, and a realtor gives out your card to a potential client, says call Alec because he's really good. He's gonna help with your loan. If they go to your website and all they see on your website or on your Facebook is political posts,
You're done.
um, you're
Or you're
done, right?
50.
50-50. But they see nothing about you being a loan officer or nothing about being a professional in this game, then that could be a little bit alarming. But if you are there helping people and providing free advice to the consumer, and that's sprinkled into your timeline, I think that's going to really help build confidence in you. So I've talked about it before, but and I know you and I have talked about it, but your resume now being your social media, it's not just about grabbing clients, but it's also about layering in confidence in the marketplace of who you are and why you post.
Dude, it's so crazy that you're insane if you don't think you're being Googled while you're like from your customer that just was referred to you.
Yes.
Like, you're out of your mind. And by the way, I will be even more aggressive. You're insane if you think your website is what's going to convert them. They know your website's garbage. They know it's your stock photo from 1999. They know that you put in the language into that bio. This is how amazing you are. They know
Yeah.
it's fake. We know we're not stupid. We've been over marketed to for decades now, so we know. So what we do is we go deeper. Consumers go deeper. They check exactly what you said. They check your social media out.
Mm-hmm.
They check out your posts and commentary. They like, I have great examples, and we could do this if you want. But there's some loan officers, and there's lots of them that have like old company bios at like Redfin or at like another like at Zillow, and it's not even the current company they're at. And so all of a sudden, customers getting that feedback while they're talking to you, and they're like, "This guy is
It's confusing. Yeah.
It's they're super confused."
Yes.
And so this kind of stuff to me, as social being your resume, is so self-evident. And yet there are so many people that refuse to own it or are intimidated by it and refuse to get unintimidated by it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to be able to enjoy the success they're capable of if they don't figure this out.
So where do you start? I mean, in your opinion, like if you're an LO today, right, and you've not really done any of this, and you are posting so much political stuff because it matters in your mind because we're in an election season. Where do you really start to backtrack and figure out the game plan moving forward?
Dude, you have to start with the end in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to only work with one color of the United States, one political party, red or blue, then frame all your stuff up one way, and you're going to attract those people.
Yeah.
Like, but is that what? But you have to be clear. Like, I am going to do this with my business. If maybe you just need to burn it all down and just start again. Maybe fine, delete it all, start again. If you got a lot of stuff on there that historically you don't want people to see, the internet's got a long memory.
Yeah.
But the reality is you got to become a person and you got to play where the people are. And so the big two are Facebook and LinkedIn. That's the big two. You can go to Instagram, sure. We can talk about that as side strategies, but like that's like going after a CPA or a financial planner, in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
the big two, the realtor is Facebook and LinkedIn. And you need to start building a digital community with your friends and family, with your past customers. The average retail loan officer has 2,000 past customers.
Yeah.
So you should have 2,000 Facebook friends. Use it as your database. Use it as your tool.
That's it.
Don't
And
use
it's
it to
so
stalk
easy.
kids or grandkids. Yeah, like don't use it just to stalk your friends and family.
It's so easy. Like some quick hits, right? You don't. I mean, even if you're not going to be the posting guru, start today with being the comment guru. So talk about ICE for a little bit because you have a
Yeah.
really good concept on this, and I think that it's so critical because as we've been building business plans, not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody wants to be on Facebook, but if you're gonna make a decision to just be the best commenter in the marketplace,
Yeah.
like be the best written word.
Yeah.
So let's talk about ICE for a second.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really under leveraged strategy. I stand for identify. So we just did that stupid thing, like all the top realtors in your market, all your past
Yep.
customers, all your friends and family, your pastor, your gym owner, your restaurateurs, everyone in your community. That's your I. And then your C is connect. So go find them, carve time every day. I usually say, like, look, you do 5 a day and just go find 5 of these people a day and send them a personal Facebook message and a personal LinkedIn message being like, hey, I want to connect with you personally. Hey, I want to connect with you professionally. And do that every day. And then the last part is carve another 10 to 20 minutes out of your day to engage with them, to comment, to hang out. So that whole thing could take you, 5 to 25 to 30 minutes of your day. But
And it's
again,
work, guys. I mean, it's work. You got to set aside time and it's like prospecting.
when were we not working? Like, when was this not supposed to be work? Like, hello, like it's your job. So like, just
Yes.
do your job. And so when you carve that time out and you start building it, what you start realizing is you have to identify social media as a networking event. If you frame it like a networking event, you start to realize how you should operate.
Yeah.
Because at a networking event, where you're going with a bunch of realtors you don't know or a bunch of customers you don't know or whoever it is, you do not stand in the corner and be like, I get 5-star Yelp reviews. Like, you don't do that crap because everyone would be like, who is this idiot in the corner yelling about their Yelp reviews? And yet, go to social media and look how many loan officers are like, here's my social survey. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, you're the guy in the
I
corner.
hate
Like,
social surveys.
oh,
Hate social surveys.
you're just, there's a place for it for sure. And
Yes.
that's for people to find it for you, not
Yeah.
for you to be like, check it out. So, but again, if it's a networking event, you would never do that, right? You'd
Yes.
go up to people and you'd be like, hey, I'm Alec. And hey, Chris, what do you do? Oh, I'm doing this. That's fascinating. Like, tell me more about that. Right? You'd go right back to how to win friends and influence people from 1950, whatever, and you would be interested in other people. That's the E part of ICE.
Yes.
And that's actually what starts giving you equity.
Yes.
So that when you do get your chance to grab the mic and say, here's what I do,
Yes.
that's when you win. That's when
Yes.
people are like, oh, cool. Thanks for being interested in me. Now I'll be interested in you.
Yes. That's it, right? It's reciprocal. So if you think about it from a layered approach, and here's a really good hack for never having a cold call. You identify the realtor that you want to work with that's in your market that's also on social, and you start commenting and engaging with them online. And now they know who you are, and they're like, "This guy gives me love," because I literally remember every comment that someone makes on my stuff. Like it embeds. That person actually took time to check out my video. I'm very appreciative of it.
Yep.
And so if somebody's doing that, they become a fan of me. If I'm the realtor, then when that person calls me, it's a very different conversation. Or even better, if they send me a video of themselves and say, hey, I'm going to be calling you next week. I've been, engaging with you on social media. I can't wait to meet you. I want to meet with them because they've taken their time out of their day. It's a whole different prospecting game, and you no longer have to cold call. And that to me is has been one of the greatest hacks in working with recruits and LOs at other companies
Working with
to help them
realtors.
talk to me.
Yeah, working with realtors. It's the same thing. Like all this stuff is building relationship digitally that translates into our physical reality.
Yes.
It translates. It goes right through. And people
So
that don't get this are yeah. Go. What do you got?
no. What I wanted to ask a question to the audience of it. We have a few people on. Is there anybody out there? And then I'll figure out the technology in a second. But is there anybody out there that wants Alec? Because Alec does this really cool thing where he'll do an audit and we'll audit somebody. So, and tell you from our perspective what the consumer is thinking when they get your business card. And they look you up on social media. Is there anybody who wants to put that out there? And there's a little bit of a delay, so we'll give everybody a chance. And then also, if anybody else wants to book, Tyler Melton said he wanted to book, and Patrick Menchaca said they wanted to book. So we'll be getting one out there. And Ray, we're going to give you one too. I'm going to actually personally sign this one for Ray.
I love Ray.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, it's ridiculous.
By the way, guarantee she's not watching anymore.
I know. So I hope Neil still is, but dude, Neil is a boss as well, dude.
Neil's
Like
too busy posting his own content. I love that he took 2 seconds to say hi, but this guy's the content master. I'm just trying to keep up.
I know he did. I mean, like he takes the smallest of concepts and makes some really cool videos. I mean, it's an amazing thing he's doing. There's Lori Ashley. Lori, I'm gonna send you a book too, Lori. You need to know what's going on with Alec's book. Let's look up Lori. We could do Lori.
No, I'm not auditing Lori. Poor Lori. Here's what I'll start with that'll be helpful for anybody that's too scared to put their name up there. Even though I promise I'd be gentle, I'm not going to kill you. But here's what people find, and it's extremely normal when you look up, retail mortgage professionals. You see an entire page, all the business page, with just branded stuff. I'll use loanDepot because that's where we work. Mm-hmm. But it's just all loanDepot stuff. loanDepot Happy Halloween, loanDepot banner, loanDepot this, loanDepot this, loanDepot this, loanDepot Happy Cupcake Day. Like, and there's no way that there's human connection happening when all I see is that.
Yeah.
So that is super normal. And then when I go to people's personal pages and it says they work at loanDepot, I'm like, oh, why? They work at their business page. They need to say they work at their business page. Not when they say they work at loanDepot, they that's fine, and they link to loanDepot, that's fine, but then the customer clicks that and goes to loanDepot. No, click that and go to your professional page where you've got all your stuff there. So that's the kind of stuff that, so Tyler Melton said, I'm in, look me up if you can find me. Well, see, that's we're already starting off good, Tyler.
Can you show your screen, or do you want me to do it on mine?
No, I can show mine, but I got to find out. Apparently he's not hard to oh, there he is. Bingo. All right, so check this out. Share screen. Share. You got to change the view at the bottom. There you go. Hold on. So there you go. See that?
Screens, everybody. All right. I love mortgages, man. Mortgage.
Yep. So this is his personal page. Yep. So now we're gonna be friends. Okay. So I'm already liking this guy immediately, right? Like, first of all, the first thing I see is him walking and talking to the camera, and it says, "Hi, my name is Tyler, your local loan officer." Like, I'm already in love with Tyler. Like, this is already like perfect, right? Because I got some branding up here. I'm not friends with him yet, so this is like what someone would see who like basically got his information and is like looking him up or talking. But I got he has no workplaces to show, no school, no background. So on the about page, I don't get much, which I want much. Like, I went to about because I'm talking to Tyler about a loan, so I want to be hit with stuff here.
Yep.
And then good, he's friends with Ryan, so he's good people already. So let's go back to his page timeline, like this. It's relevant, October 15th. So, okay, 15 days ago. Got more stuff. I'm already digging this. So I would say for Tyler, we're starting out good. And let's see where we end. Okay? There's the page no one cares about. But there's no business page. I want to see business page. I want to see your professional page. I want to see your reviews now. So let's take another angle with Tyler that I love doing. Tyler Mountain, the Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, not him, probably. So now let's give him a little credit and go, okay, mortgage. Okay, social survey, Facebook, Zillow. We're opening it all up. LinkedIn. All right, so that's normally what people are going to pull up when they look at somebody. They're going to do the Google. They find this. They go, okay, he's got some reviews. Good. He checked the review box. I'm not even going to read it. Now, some people would read it because they're like that, but I'm not even. I don't care.
But I see a bunch of 5 stars, which is where my eye immediately went.
Yep. Now Zillow's blank, right? No stars, nothing. Okay. So either delete it so you don't get the nothing, because you don't want someone to think there's nobody reviewing you, or start investing in getting Zillow reviews, which they're the devil. So P.S. Don't do that. Then I look at his LinkedIn, and he's got some. I see his history. Let's check out his activity. 1 week ago, but I like the time lapse. This is cool. So Tyler's doing everything well. My only criticism would be just do more.
Just do more. Yeah.
Well, this was a week ago, so you're not super active. Okay, whatever. As a consumer, am I going to judge you on that? Probably not. But is your opportunity big to just keep going? Like this was 15 days ago. I think it's time to play a little deeper on this. But I love the photo. This is a great photo of his personality. This is a great background, even though it's branded man tastefully. I like it because it's not just man mortgage like brr. It's like this cool kind of thing. So I give this guy an A-. I think that the only thing that takes him from an A+ is that just the velocity is not there.
Go to his LinkedIn again real quick.
Yeah.
And then go to his About Me on LinkedIn. I want to take a look at something.
Oh yeah, let's just go there.
All right, so this is interesting because Alec, I recently learned this, and I think this is really important because I didn't realize how many people actually read this portion. In fact, I didn't even know how many people actually look at your profile on LinkedIn. And I'm learning otherwise because I made some changes to mine, and I've gotten a lot of comments around it. But in the about, my advice to Tyler or anybody in any of your abouts is tell the consumer or the person that your audience what you can do to help them. Make it about the person reading it versus about you, in my opinion.
That's just dead on advice. And hit me with it. Like hit me hard in the face. Like a wall of text, a paragraph is going to get skipped over by people like me who have no patience.
Yes.
I just know that's the jargon. Like that could be the same bio for every single loan officer at Man. Like they could just get that from the company.
It is funny because mine used to be like I would write about myself. Like Chris was, born in, and everyone knows that I wrote it, right? But but I wrote it in third person.
Third person, yeah.
But I gotta say, Tyler, this is amazing, and I think I congratulations for actually doing this with us, and I think it's really cool that you took, you had the nerve to let us critique it because, but I agree with Alec, just more. And I know we're going to be hearing a lot more about you because I happen to know Tyler over the last few weeks, and he's really brand new to this space, and to be this far in it is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well done, dude. Good focus.
Let me see. Is there a way to go back? Because I want to see if I'm going to change my screen again. I'm going to exit full screen. See if they're good job, Tyler. Is there anyone else that wants to take a look? Who's somebody we could take a look at? You know what, Alec? Do mine.
You're easy.
But beat me up. Like, let's go there.
Yeah, okay. Easy deal, dude. So you're winning the image game a little bit because you got 2 here.
Yeah.
But you got to push these guys down.
How do you do that?
More images.
Okay, do I upload them myself?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
absolutely.
didn't know that. I didn't know you could do
You,
that. See,
you can
that's
start a Google business page,
yep.
and that will push these down. So like another person that I like to like look at is buddy Ralph, because Ralph's got a business page, and see how it shows up
Ah,
here,
I love that. Yes.
and that gives you more information. So you're feeding it. So the more pictures you upload here on your business
Yes.
page, will shove all this down,
Ah, that's so important. Okay, see,
right?
guys,
So
this is good.
I'm
I'm
not.
learning stuff.
I'm looking at it for my own thing. So I Google myself all the time, but you can't see the battle. But like when I go to images, like I'm in a battle and I'm winning. See how I'm winning the
Oh,
battle of images?
so good.
They got my
Yeah.
CrossFit 2003 thing there, but like this guy somehow sneaks in still, and so there's random Alex now coming in, but
Wait. Pull this one where this one right here where you're upside down, doing
oh,
wall.
it's small.
Oh, it's all. Oh,
Yeah, sorry, bro. I can do hand.
How is Pinterest working for you while I got you on that?
I played for a little bit,
Yeah.
old school, but hey, look,
Yeah.
this is the battle, right? So you got to
It
put
is.
guys down for sure, because someone's gonna look here and be like, which of these is Chris? I think I know which one is Chris. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that's good. All right.
But the
Awesome.
loanDepot SEO hits you first, but then you've got, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got LinkedIn. Probably all I'm going to only open. Custom banner, crushing it. That's perfect. Most people don't have a personal banner. They have just a generic banner. You got to have this banner. You've got this done. You got your feature. Okay, so I was going to kind of catch you. So most people don't do featured posts on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You got to do featured post on LinkedIn. This is a no-brainer. They pop right here. And like this has 83 comments. Like this is how this is good. Is this a landing page for you, or is this somebody else?
Oh, that's somebody else. I don't even know.
Oh, see, yeah, you have a.
How'd you get to that?
It was the second thing on the Google.
Oh yeah. Mine's Christopher. Yeah.
Yep. So here he is.
This guy's
Look at
crushing me. Long hair too.
Beat you.
Happens to have long hair also.
Look, you fail though. You jump over here and you fail immediately, and you got the. I give you props. I'm like, you're doing it.
I even had a scroller. Like I even had a scroller on there. Look at this. Like I have all the cities that I work in. Like it was good.
Fail.
I just
failing.
All right.
No pinned post, because this is your work. This is your business page, right? Yeah. No pinned post.
All right. What is a pin post?
So let's go to me. That was weird. Just saw us talking about ourselves.
So weird, right? It's like watching like a video. Oh, okay. So I saw your video there.
So I'm gonna view as a visitor, which takes a second, probably. So I have a custom video banner.
Love that.
And this is the pinned post. So this happens to be currently a drawing of the bypassed and like what the summary of the book is. And this sits right at the top. So anybody visiting it gets this first before they go into content. So you have your current stuff up here. That's fine. Yeah. But you should put a pinned post to something you really care about on there.
It's good.
Then I found your website. Nice, good, solid link tree. Content's great. No criticisms there. But then I want to go.
We got to give a shout out to your sister, who we just saw like 4 times.
Best in the world.
Kristen, just killing it over there.
I don't want to see your work stuff. I want the personal stuff, because I'm judging.
Why do you want the personal stuff?
Dude, this is where human connection starts. So if you're building brand on social media and you're removing your humanity, you're absolutely torpedoing yourself. Like, don't remove your humanity. People want to know your story, what you care about, what you look like, what you sound like. They want to know you, because that builds trust. So you got us inceptioning live right now. Super cool. Tom, do me. Oh, I didn't even see you in there, Tom. You can do that.
We're gonna do Tom. Yeah.
But this is good. So you've got a lot of content. You got your side hustle, family mixed in. That's good, because sometimes people actually don't do that, right? Like their personal page ends up being so professional.
Yes.
That I'm like, no, where's the rawness? Like, stop curating this and showing me the good stuff. That's why, like, some of your best stuff was this, where people were just trolling you on Father's Day. But the reason this is so good is because it showcases that you're willing to be self-deprecating. You're willing to like have people make fun at your expense. You're humanizing yourself. You're not just totally business all day long, right? Like, hey, I got kids that do sports too, right? Now I know you a little bit better. So I think that you're doing a solid work on this platform, except for your banner's not personalized. And so I'm going to judge you on that.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's why I wanted you to be critical. So banners matter.
Well, it's the first thing that punches you in the face.
Yeah.
So when you're on a platform, the first thing that hits you in the face is somebody's banner when you go to their profile.
Yes. I love it.
So like, I don't care who you go to. Let's find somebody here. My buddy Bob. So I love Bob. This is a cool headshot. I like how it's kind of like, he's small there. But then what Bob has missed is he hasn't maybe viewed this as a visitor. It's just his chin.
Yes.
Right? So what he thought was what probably is a great picture is not formatting through Facebook correctly. And these are the small audits and gut checks that we have to do for each other and the people we work with and everybody else, because they're not doing it necessarily. Like Scott's the man. So I look at Scott and he's got this. Like, this tells a story.
Hey, he's adventurous. He's
Exactly.
having some fun.
But he also looks, he's smiling, he's happy, he's having good vibes here, right? So I'm telling you, you've seen the you can take it off share, Chris, but you've seen read the movie, the book Blink.
Yes.
So go ahead and stop sharing. We can cut this out for now. But this is what I want to end on a little bit is we judge ourselves.
1 second.
Okay.
Like, I think you were sharing. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah. My whole thing was we are a judgmental society. We judge things out of, whatever evolutionary process, like fight, flight, good, bad. I like it. I don't like it. Like, we just judge all the time. And sometimes there's garbage and negativity and terrible stuff in there. And oftentimes, though, it's just what we do as a society. So that first impressions matter concept, like, you have to take that and translate it into how you show up digitally.
Yes.
Because you got one chance to make that good impression. And the best part about digital is you get to choose what you put up there. So you get to create that first instant, like, that gut response. And you get to curate it. That's the power of branding, is like, you get to make that up.
You can make you're driving your own storyline, your own narrative.
Dude. That's it. And so people that are like not letting that happen and not controlling it, I'm like, why would you not do that? Like, why would you not take advantage of this thing that's going to impact your business, your ability to get business?
Yeah.
But we're seeing more and more, dude, every day. Like, this narrative's moving through the industry. People are waking up. It's really cool to see, and they're starting the process. Because maybe your first process, Chris, is a generic Facebook page that has the loanDepot banners and stuff. Mm-hmm. Fine. That's your step one. Step it. Take that step.
Just do it. Yeah, just get it out.
And then maybe step two is you get a little better. And then step three, you get a little better. You didn't walk into a real estate professional's first meeting and get a deal. You probably sounded like an idiot. You probably didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah.
But fast forward, I can walk into any real estate office and agent now, and I have massive amounts of confidence and history and experience to pull on.
Yes.
And I'm way different. Of course.
It's a huge difference. But even so, like, I'm in we talk about this a lot, but I'm in this game and I'm doing a lot of social media, but I still get in my head about it. I have a phone full of stuff that I'm not posted because I even sent you one the other day. I'm like, can I post this? There's always stuff that's going to get in your head. And you just got to keep posting, and you got to just get the feedback from the audience, and no single post is going to end you. Well, maybe it could, but you got to just get out there and get creative and try it.
We have so much empirical data to prove this is true. In sports, in fitness, if you practice shooting a free throw 10,000 times, you're going to be way better at shooting the free throw than the first time.
Yes. And
so you might not be Michael Jordan, but you're going to be way a hell of a lot better on the 10,000s and one shot than on the first one.
Yes.
So it's all about putting in the reps. It's all about showing up. The first time you prospected, you sucked. You're probably better now. Mm-hmm. Why do we not want to let that be our foundation in this digital game? Because it's so freeing to be like, it's just my rep for the day.
Yes.
Maybe it was a crappy rep, but I still got it in.
Yes.
We've all had the days of the gym where it just doesn't fire, and you're like, but I still got it in. That's 100%. The game. And it's same with prospecting. This is just modern prospecting.
It is. And Alec, I got to tell you, you have been instrumental in really leading the charge in an industry that, you realize. I mean, I'm sure you're starting to see the industry is a lot smaller than we initially thought it was once you start leading it the way that you're leading it, because there's not a lot of people doing what you're doing. And so thank you, because you're changing it and you're doing so much for it. And I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me. And I hope the people that were on and the people that are going to watch later really get some inspiration for what you're teaching, because it's truly changing the mindset of how the LO is approaching their business. So I really appreciate you doing that.
You're welcome. And I just hope that everybody that hears this at some point gets a little bit of encouragement.
Yes.
Keep going. Work matters. It makes an impact. Don't lose heart over some stupid video. I had somebody the other day. I was talking to doing a podcast with the National Professional Mortgage Professional Magazine, and the one thing he was like, "What's the worst that can happen?" And I said, "I know what the worst thing that can happen is," and it's the truth. The worst thing that can happen when you start this game and you put yourself out there is that somebody you love and trust in your inner circle is going to stab you in the heart by telling you, "Why the hell are you doing this? It's a waste of time."
Yes.
That's the worst thing that can happen. Because no magic troll jumps out from the internet and starts tearing down your crap. Like, that doesn't happen. You're not Gary Vee. Like, it's not going to happen.
But
Like,
if you get a troll, that means you got attention.
yeah, I mean, when I launched the book, I had one person 1-star it. When I launched the podcast, I had one person 1-star it. And I'm
always
like,
a hater.
I'm
Always
like,
a hater.
whatever, dude. Like, fine. Someone's going to be on there. But the reality is somebody is going to, in your life, is going to say, like, why? But as soon as you can help them understand that this is, like, why am I walking back into this real estate office? They said no to me 17 times. Why would I go back in there to meet that realtor again? When they start to understand that this is the same thing, it's just the world moved here, and we're going to play at the high levels. They get on your side. But that is literally the worst thing that can happen. There's nobody that's going to come at you out of the blue and be like, you suck, and just heckle you and harass you. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But at the end, I've watched so many people. I don't care what industry you're in either, by the way. I don't care what you sell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this place matters. Tom, that's super nice, man. Thank you. The angle to this is real, bro. Like,
it is real.
It's still happening for people. But this is such a fun world to play in, because you start to realize you get to do what you like. You don't and make human connection and build reputation and build influence, and then all of a sudden you realize, like, the doors start opening, man.
Yes.
And as soon as you push that first little bit of resistance where the view count drops off, and you're like, "Why am I doing this? It doesn't really matter." As soon as you push through that garbage lie, man, it's all, the sun's before you, man. Wind's at your back.
I love it. And I love that you're always inspirational on it, Alex. So thank you. I so much appreciate it. I could talk to you for hours, but I know you got to go too. So.
I got to go.
It's month end, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope everyone who's a loan officer and a realtor had a phenomenal month. And it's 2 more months now. So have a great day, everybody. Alec, thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.